Good afternoon, Charles Roark, along here with Aaron Evans. Aaron, we got word last week that you are possibly looking at running against Ward Armstrong.
Well, I've been approached by several pastors and community leaders as well as business owners over the past 3 or 4 months about doing that. I'm very humbled by the fact that they would come to me and ask me such a feat to look into doing. At this point in time, it's definitely too early to state. I am considering their concerns and listening to them and why they would want me to run.
What are they telling you?
Well, you know, obviously the message from the pastors has been a little different than that of the business owners. A lot of the business owners are really, and even the pastors in somewhat, are just really desperate right now with the economy, and the feeling with several of them is that they've had a lack of leadership. Several have felt that and expressed their feelings that the current leadership has not been in touch with the people, has not been here fighting for the people in non-election years.
What do you think?
You know, I definitely feel like we could have seen a lot more happen than has. You look at areas surrounding us and some of the progress. You know, of course, the entire state's economically, you know, in a recession, and I do realize that, and I think that there are areas that
you don't think
surrounding.
Mr. Armstrong's done enough?
I believe there's a lot he could have done, you know, that maybe he hasn't, and I'm not saying everything he has done.
Can you give me an example of something that he should have been working on?
Well, you know, I really don't want to get into a lot of details today, as I'm still considering it.
You think?
You know, at this point in time, like I said, I'm not committed to the race. I'm actually I'm happy where I'm employed. I manage Fox News Radio here in the area, and very content there, and I got a good job, and it's keeping me pretty busy. So I'm not even, you know, at this point, I've not decided that I would run. But
can you give us an indication of when we might know, or when you might make that decision?
I would say it would definitely be within the next month or so. If I decide to run, I'll and obviously I'll let the media know. And
will you be running as a Republican, or?
If I decided to run, I probably would be as a Republican. Yes, sir.
Right. Are you in talks with them at all? You know, to.
You know, like I said, a lot of the preliminary stages, I'm still just trying to gather information from people that have asked me, and trying to weigh everything out. It's definitely, you know, if it's something that I do commit to, it's I've been told that it's going to be a David and Goliath event. You know, Mr. Armstrong's very well funded, and you know, it would definitely be an uphill battle and an uphill campaign. So right now I'm just trying to look at all the different avenues.
He could sink millions of dollars into this.
Most definitely, and that I do not have to throw into it. You know, so I'm just a normal working businessman.
Your dad ran against Roscoe Reynolds.
He did, yes, sir.
Did you learn anything from all that, or?
You know, I think everything you can learn something from, and definitely there was several things in that race that I think I learned positives and negatives, you know, on both sides of the fence. So,
right.
Yes, sir, I believe.
Right. I mean, it's obviously, like, you know, that David and Goliath is a pretty good way to describe it, because Ward Armstrong is a minority leader. That gives him close hands to the funding.
Right.
I mean, there's just a few other people he has to go through to get that funding.
He's in tight with the governor, which now will be the DNC chairman. You know, Tim Kaine just came out in the past week that he was going to be the new Democratic National Committee chairman. So you know, Ward's got the ties to Obama and got the ties to Kaine, and that's something that I would not have the pleasure of. So.
Right. And let's be real, Republicans are kind of regrouping right now.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely, you know, I think our party has seen better days in organization in the past, and of course, as a Republican, I look forward to seeing the party regroup, and I believe the party will come back strong. Just, you know, I think where it's faltered is straying from the conservative values that people expect Republicans to stand on, and you know, I think
what happened with Mr. Goode, do you think? I mean, obviously,
you know, with that, I think it was just the timing and the year, and you know, with the momentum Obama had, I believe Perriello was able to ride in on the momentum of Obama. Excuse me.
Right. But let's say we're in the middle of the 10th legislative district race, and Obama's surging.
Right.
That's not going to work good to your favor, do you think?
You know, I think you're exactly right, and I think you know, like I said earlier, if I did commit, it would be an uphill battle and be a lot of opposition, I believe. But it's amazed me. You know, like I said, I'm extremely humbled by those that have
Gotcha.
expressed their faith in me, and I don't. You know, it's just kind of set me back in awe.
Do you think you can win this office with not a lot of money? I mean, do you think it can be? Do you think it can be done?
I believe anything's possible, you know, and I think it all goes back to the heart of the people. And you know, if the people decide that the Republican candidate is the best for the job, or if they decide that they want another 2 years of the same they've had for the last, you know, 15. But that would be what would determine the race.
Got a little bit an interesting picture that I thought was interesting, because you know we've followed Ward and Virgil and all these folks. Let's put up the picture real quick if we can. And ironically, in years past, Ward Armstrong said he really wouldn't support a candidate running against Virgil because they were so tight. They'd worked well together. Virgil being a Democrat at some point during his tenure.
Right.
But things in politics do change, don't they?
They sure do. And you know, and I was as surprised as I think many that that Mr. Armstrong endorsed Perriello the way he did in several ways. He didn't come out publicly, I don't believe, but I know he did. Attend several fundraising functions and was more involved in Perriello's campaign than any former opponent of Congressman Good, and so I think that was a big surprise to several of us.
All right, well, Aaron, let us know, okay?
All right, well, thank you very much.
Fascinating watching politics getting cranked up already. And stay tuned to Star News for the latest going on in the area when it comes to politics. We'll be right back.